look at what happened with Ilia Topuria. Think about the guys that he's fighting. Think about Max Holloway. Think about Charles Oliveira. Think about Alexander Volkanovski. And he has blast all of them into orbit. All three of them. First guy ever to stop Max. It's like you if you're in that guy's division, what are you going to do? Especially at 45. I don't know what it's going to be like at 55. Obviously, the Oliveira fight was a one-punch knockout, but
that was such a bad knockout.
Crazy knockout. But when you see him and Justin next to each other, you're like, whoa, Justin is quite a bit bigger.
Just a big cat.
He's quite a bit bigger.
That's a tough fight.
It's a different fight than Oliveira. It's different. But then you see what Oliveira was able to do to Max. You're like, good Lord. Like, Oliveira's a beast,
he looked phenomenal.
And he couldn't do none of that to Ilia.
Yeah, the only thing with all of that is like the 55 division, no one's in their prime. Like Charles is in his prime when Ilia beat him. Justin's definitely not in his prime. Max is in his prime. They're all good, but not prime.
Right.
And the issue is Ilia's just getting to his prime.
Justin Gaethje, you got to look at it through a positive lens. You've got to be full of optimism going into a fight. You cannot doubt yourself. Once the doubt creeps in, once you think I'm not good enough to compete, the fight's already lost because you're going to perform like you're scared. So of course, he's got to tell these things. He's got to look at the positives. That Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway that they had in those fights. But the reality is, those successes or triumphs, they were very small at the time. Now, yeah, of course, Charles Oliveira landed an elbow, but Ilia Topuria went forward. Charles Oliveira tried to take him down. Ilia won the scramble, ended up on top, got him in a crucifix. To be fair, Charles Oliveira got up, walked him down. Topuria, boom, jab, step back, 1-2, right hand, that put him to sleep, left hook, and he was done. It was over. And it was kind of a similar event in the Max Holloway fight. Yeah, it made it to the second round, but Max was moving back a lot of the time.
I like that fight. I think it's a great fight. I think, after spending a little bit of time with Justin Gaethje at the Celebrity Football, the way he was fighting Patty Pillman, I was kind of confused. Like, you kept circling his power. Then when you talked to him, he was like, he didn't hit hard. Patty doesn't hit hard. He can't kick. His footwork sucks ass. So
yeah, that's why I just kind of went,
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right. And then, him fighting Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is probably one of the most technical, sound athletes that I've seen in mixed martial arts, meaning that his cadence of a rhythm when he boxes, when he hits pads, everything he does is like strategic, right? And all the fights that Justin Gaethje's had, which is a lot of, you look at Justin versus Charles, Justin versus Dustin Poirier, Justin versus a lot of his guys, he's getting cracked, right? And he's cracking them too.
Sure.
But each time Ilia Topuria touches somebody, for what he says, their head explodes.
It does.
Right? So right now, he's probably the most complete athlete on the roster, displaying everything so far.
Pound for pound, the most powerful, I would say.
Yep, absolutely.
Show Justin Gaethje anything that Justin could use 7 weeks from now. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I don't think so. I think whatever Justin uses at the White House against Ilia, he will have learned at a minimum 10 years ago. I don't think Justin will use anything that he learned during training camp last year, 3 fights ago. I believe he will use things that he learned 10 years ago. And moreover, do I think it's a good idea for Justin to be worried about Ilia's punches, worried about taking the sting off, worried about absorbing them, but absorbing them less?
But how does he balance? Because he talked about throwing missiles and just like, oh, I don't care if I win and lose, da-da-da-da.
I didn't like that comment.
That's what I'm saying. How does he balance that mentality with also fighting perfectly? Because like
But in his mind, like he might know he needs chaos to land that knockout shot. I don't know if, there's not enough time technically for him to sharpen up and outpoint Ilia on the feet. He needs it to be chaos. He needs it to be a brawl, and he needs to land that shot.
I don't know if he wins the brawl like that. I mean,
that's his best chance. I don't know if he wins, but that's his best chance.
I think him saying that is really just him like trying to take some pressure off himself. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to fight a smart fight. We've seen him fight really smart fights before. Like that Tony Ferguson fight he had, the way he was using footwork in and out. Like, it was a beautiful technical fight.
Justin Gaethje is training like a man on a mission as excitement for his massive showdown with Ilia Topuria continues to explode across the MMA world. Training clips, bold predictions, and heated debates have completely taken over the fight community as fans try to figure out who truly has the edge heading into the highly anticipated White House event. With Gaethje carrying his reputation as one of the most violent fighters in UFC history and Topuria entering the fight with unstoppable momentum, the pressure surrounding this matchup is reaching another level. Gaethje made it clear that he expects the fight to end violently. According to him, one of them is getting knocked out, and he fully believes he must put Topuria to sleep in order to win. He promised that missiles will be thrown once they step onto the White House lawn, showing the confidence and aggression that have defined his career. Behind the scenes, Gaethje's camp has been heavily focused on improving his wrestling and grappling for the challenge ahead. Wrestling coach Ben Sherrington revealed that the team has spent countless hours studying footage of Topuria's past fights and preparing for difficult clinch exchanges and grappling situations. Elite grapplers have joined the camp to sharpen Justin's defensive wrestling and cage control, and the coaches believe he is becoming more comfortable in those areas every single week. The camp has also been carefully monitoring Gaethje's conditioning and nutrition throughout training. His personal chef explained that every adjustment to his diet depends on his weekly performance and body weight. The goal is to keep him strong, explosive, and healthy without forcing him through a brutal weight cut. Around this stage of camp, the team wants Justin to stay near 175 pounds while making sure his energy levels remain high during intense training sessions. Head coach Trevor Whitman revealed that the team recently entered a recovery phase before the hardest weeks of camp begin. According to Whitman, the lighter training period is designed to reduce damage on Justin's body after years of brutal fights, while also allowing him to sharpen his grappling skills with high-level training partners. Whitman praised Gaethje's improvement on the ground and said his consistency in grappling has taken a major step forward. Despite all the hard preparation, Gaethje admitted that the toughest weeks are still ahead. Whitman explained that the next stages of camp will push Justin harder than ever physically and mentally, but the goal is to have him in perfect shape once fight night arrives. The coaches believe the balance between recovery and hard training will be critical against a dangerous fighter like Topuria. Gaethje also reflected emotionally on his journey to this point in his career. He explained that he rarely looks back because he is always focused on the next challenge, but thinking about his father driving him from Arizona to Colorado years ago with nothing but hope gave him perspective on how far he has come. Justin acknowledged the sacrifices, mistakes, and hard work that shaped his career while crediting his coaches, mentors, and teammates for helping him stay on the right path. For Gaethje, this upcoming fight represents everything he dreamed about as a young wrestler and fighter. He said opportunities like this are special because they mean more than personal success. He sees this moment as something that reflects the sacrifices made by his family, coaches, teammates, and everyone who supported him long before he became a UFC star. Although Gaethje has already fought legends like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Charles Oliveira, he admitted that this matchup against Topuria feels different. He described Ilia as an undefeated pound-for-pound elite fighter who has already beaten opponents Justin himself lost to. For Gaethje, this is exactly the kind of challenge he has always wanted throughout his career, an opportunity to create history against one of the best fighters in the world. Gaethje also spoke about preparing for the outdoor conditions of the White House event, where heat and humidity could become major factors. To adapt, he has been adding sauna sessions into his training routine, sometimes stepping into the sauna in the middle of workouts before returning to continue training. Still, Justin emphasized that both fighters will have to deal with the same conditions, and he actually hopes the environment becomes as chaotic as possible to make the event even more legendary. When discussing the stylistic matchup, Gaethje showed full confidence in Trevor Whitman's coaching system. He explained that he can fight in many different styles depending on the opponent and trusts Whitman completely to guide him through the right game plan. Rather than obsessing over Topuria's strengths, Justin now focuses more on imposing his own style and trusting the skills that brought him to the top level of the sport. Gaethje admitted that earlier in his career, he often focused too much on an opponent's abilities, especially against elite grapplers like Khabib and Oliveira. Now his mentality has changed. He believes his footwork, angles, distance management, and reactions are his biggest weapons, and he wants to force opponents to deal with his pressure instead of reacting to theirs. At the same time, Gaethje acknowledged the danger that Topuria brings inside the cage. He pointed out that even elite fighters like Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira found success in moments against Topuria before small mistakes completely changed the fight. According to Justin, that is what makes Ilia so dangerous, his ability to instantly capitalize on technical errors. Because of that, Gaethje said he cannot afford even the smallest breakdown in technique during the fight. Standing too tall, backing straight up, or losing positional control could be enough for Topuria to take advantage. Those details are now being drilled daily in camp as the team prepares for one of the biggest fights of Justin's legendary career. As fight night gets closer, the anticipation surrounding Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria continues to grow rapidly. Both men are preparing for war, and with the amount of confidence, violence, and emotion involved in this matchup, fans are expecting nothing less than absolute chaos once the cage door closes.